Can you hear me now? All right. Sorry about that. Okay. That's kind of a bummer. I'm going to be honest. I was a little sad I had to stop the stream there. But it wasn't for long. Okay, put that on the screen. Where is my opacity here? Okay, put another one up. I hate how stupid that one looks. I just thought I'd try again. Bless me, sorry. Let me see her. Import this guy again. That's good. Gonna move it to the back. Behind that photo. And then let's import that one other one, which was... There we go. Make that smaller. Bring it up here. What the heck? Open up my other reference file. Okay. I'll make sure that the spotlight textures are not gonna be a pain in my butt. Sample spotlight protection is off. Okay. No drop frames yet. If I get drop frames, it's not memory at this point. It's maybe my reference software is eating up memory. Could be. It's a little bit wider. Seeing that right away. Okay. Like even just stepping away for that little bit of time, it's like allows you to come back and just see like, oh yeah, like that needs to be better. That needs to be better. That needs to be better. Carhartt Gaming, if you were on the stream, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for Friday. Carhartt Gaming's coming. I'm also hyped for, and I'm not sure if you were aware of this, but I've been telling my wife about this. DC Fandom this upcoming weekend, I believe it's on Saturday. I'm not sure if it goes the whole weekend or if it's just the one day. Let's look it up. DC Fandom. It goes 7 days. Okay, so it's just looks like one day, which makes sense. I mean, it shouldn't be. It's not. I'm sure they could spread it out to multiple days and have like one big reveal day, but that would be such a huge waste of everyone's time and money. Like waste of their money, waste of our time, because we would just eventually not watch it, just wait for the clips and stuff they show to come up on YouTube, which is what most people will do anyway. But for the fans like me, I will be trying to watch it live. I'll be realistic. I do have a fam. I don't know how long it runs for. I might not be able to catch most of it. But I am pretty hyped to see the new Batman trailer. Man, every time there's a new Batman trailer, it is like a little geek holiday. It's like, it's happening. There's a new Batman. Oh my god. And I think it's been a year since we saw the last one, so it's crazy. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but also, that's a good thing. I remember the wait for The Dark Knight Rises just felt like an eternity to me. And I am embarrassed to admit that I was afraid I wasn't going to make it to see it. Because it was 2012. I was like, I don't know. What if Roland Emmerich is right? What if 2012 is going to be kind of a bummer year for like the Earth? I didn't really believe that 2012 was going to be a thing, but you know, when you got a lot of that, like, when it's in the culture and people are talking about it a lot, part of you is like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, yeah, it's people are talking about it, and it's a little unsettling to hear about. We involve ourselves so much in the world of fantasy through the media we consume that I do think it allows us to be a little more immersed in the idea of fantasy in our real life. So it's like, yeah, I can't say I believed that 9/11 was real. Not 9/11. Oh my God, Jesus. 2012. I keep seeing this 9/11 banner in town. It's very big. It's like in my head. But anyway, yeah, I can't say I really believe that 2012 was going to be a year where catastrophe and global, apocalypse, whatever, was going to happen. But I had a slight little bit of stress on my in my brain come that new year. I was like, this is it, man. This could be it. This could be it. Try to get this lip more. I do have problems with lips sometimes. Maybe a little challenging. Especially when I don't have the chin merged in yet. I should get this piece in there. I need to get oh yeah, does it? Son of a gun. My bad, guys. Well, I did show it at the beginning of the stream, which you missed, but I should change that. Currently, Mega Ran. You can see me change that live. Microphone. There we go. Thanks for letting me know. Like I said, it's Unprofessional Tuesdays here at Not Real Toys live stream. I came up in a huff. I had ice cream before, so I've been trying not to like burp on the stream because I've definitely been feeling it. Yeah, it's just been one of those days. I look like a dad that just barely got it together today. That's okay, because I'm sure there's a lot of us. And I hope my flaws just make me more relatable to the people. To the people. I need to make this smaller. It's just like too big. It's like commandeering too much of my time. All right. Merge. There we go. Merge that in. Yeah, so at the beginning of the stream, I announced that I'm doing a project with 4 for Mega Ran. He's got a single coming out next Friday, and this is going to be the digital cover art for it. It's part of a larger album that he's got coming out. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped to be working on it. This is the second time I've worked with him on a like a singles cover. Let me see here. Oh, good thing. Okay. Yeah, so he has a new album coming out called Live 95. And looks like so this is like a single from it. He already has one out on Spotify that I think you can go ahead and listen to. Maybe I should put some like Mega Ran. No, I'm not gonna put. I want to put Mega Ran music. I could put Mega Ran's music on the stream, but I already got an IP little notice from YouTube, actually, not Twitch, but YouTube, last week from talking about the trailers that I was talking about. Oh, how's he doing? Oof. Still a little oof. It's doing good. I've had that. I've had skin grow over a stitch. I've also had skin grow over a staple, which was worse. Because I had to like feel them basically like scrape the excess skin off against the metal, and it was just an unpleasant like feeling in my head. I remember that. That's good. Did they say anything about scarring? Like, we'll have it for probably a few years, but he's so young, so it probably won't be a big issue. Won't be an issue either way, but probably won't stick around his whole life. I feel like it was a pretty small cut. Like, definitely need stitches, but like, probably wouldn't show much in terms of like scarring long term. His mouth is rough. I'm gonna clear the mouth out again. It got me to where I needed to go for this part, but it got messed up. So I need to get his cheeks into like a better place. I mean, that's way down the line, like that's like, yeah. I mean, I don't look at this scruff. I'm still trying to. Oh yeah. I just have like a lot of scars, you know. It's just it just doesn't it never quite fill in because of the scars. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a step back. Drop this resolution down again. Let's get just some basic coloring on the eye. Because I want to see how the pupil starts to sit in there. The pupil. Jesus, can I get some Dynamesh up in here? Okay, so typically Rosie was sick real quick again. Like yesterday and the night before. But then today it seemed to be gone. So I am very grateful for it to seemingly only be a 2-day, sickness, I guess. It's just like she had a really runny nose and she seemed to be acting like she wasn't feeling good again. And I was just like, are you kidding me? This is like, it's not the third week in a row, but it's like she'd get sick and then she'd be okay for like a week, 2 weeks, and then she'd get sick again. And then she'd be like, it was just like, come on, man. Yeah, so we were dealing with that. We had to like cancel plans at one point because she was like not feeling good. She's starting to really get to last couple I don't know, maybe like week and a half where she's starting to really, I feel like, understand. I don't know, like what's the word? Like she's becoming like more and more conscious, you know. Like she started. I think she said like, did she say no? Just I feel like she said no to something recently, and we're just like, whoa, you know, like hey, like I don't think she knew what the word meant, but she used it correctly because she was upset about something. She probably knows what it means. I think I tend to think that like her understanding of something is very black and white, and I think it's actually more like she comes to understand something gradually, you know, like she might think something might mean something, or she just tries it just out of nowhere, and then it like connects with her, it makes sense to her, and then she tries it again. It's like her understanding of how to say things and mean things is a little more of a process than just, oh, now she knows that word. Oh, now she knows this. It is very cool to see. It's surreal, to be honest. It's like she does stuff sometimes. You're just like, wow. It is a privilege to get to see it. I will say that. It's like, yeah. Like watching a human learn, how to be human in some way. In some ways, I mean, it's very cool. What the hell happened to the ear? Like, why did this one go over here? I'll just delete it. Delete. Whoa. There we go. Actually, no, I'm going to delete the other one. Hide point, delete. Mirror it again. Got a little Kingpin Wilson Fisk vibe going on right now. I need to add some more like place markers. Oh my god, what the heck is that? Yeah. Me too. And then it's just like a little flatter right here. And then he has a little bit of a little bit of a that's the technical term for it, by the way. A little bit of in that space. Yeah, I talked to my cousin about it. You know, I was just like, hey, does your kid, because I remember he had told me something before about how their kid was sick a lot, but I didn't remember exactly what he told me. And yeah, he's like, yeah, it can be like back to back sometimes, and it can definitely be exhausting. And I will say, I have a little bit of a cliche, like my own cliche term of, or saying that I haven't said it in a while. So my wife is probably like, what the hell is he talking about? I used to say, like, most things are not hard. It's like most things aren't hard. There's actually very few hard things, like, in my life that, like, I felt like were a really big challenge to get through. To be like candid and like completely honest, my dad passed away a few years ago, and just the act of kind of sitting there and watching him, you know, um, fade away and stuff. It's like that was hard, and it wasn't so much. I mean, it was a hard thing emotionally, but it was more like it was just such a paralyzing thing to sit through with him, because there's not. It's like it just feels like your life kind of goes into purgatory for a bit, where if you're spending a lot of time with the individual who is transitioning to the end of their life, um, it's not a boring thing. It's certainly like, wow, it's crazy to watch, but there's also like not really a lot that you can do other than just be there for them and support them. And unfortunately, that means just sitting there and watching them struggle for a really long time. And you find solace in when they're sleeping and resting, and when they get their pain medicine that seems to calm them down, because sometimes they're really angry because they're in so much pain and they feel like no one's talking to them. But yeah, that was hard. That was like just mentally hard to get through, because you also just don't know when it's going to end too. It's like you don't want them to go, but you also don't want them to keep suffering, and you also don't want to keep suffering as well. It's like it's exhausting. Um, so that's hard. Probably the hardest thing I've had to do. And the other hard thing is having energy for your kids when you just do not have the energy for them. Like when my daughter Rosie was having a hard time falling asleep. Sometimes you're the one up to bat to try and get them back to sleep, and they're not. And then they don't fall asleep, and you don't know what to do, and they're struggling because they're tossing and turning because they're not comfortable, and you're just like, just please go to sleep, because you can't sleep until they sleep. And it's just another little purgatory you're stuck in for a night. It's like, okay, guess I just won't sleep ever? Things that seem like you don't know when they'll end. I think that's a common theme. It's like it's hard. It's makes a lot harder to go through struggles when you don't know how long you have to struggle for. When you can like tell yourself like I just need to get through it for this long, and it's it's still really hard. I think it does make it a little bit easier to be like, okay, like this really sucks, but at least I can just focus on the exit ahead. It's really far away, but I can see it. When you can't see it, it just changes everything. I think need to start making a. Let's see. Let me get the right. It's gonna be hard to find like skin color mixed with the right. Let me see here. Shader in ZBrush, especially darker skin tones, can be pretty hard. Go ahead and make those eyebrows dark too. Dark, dark. And then I can just kind of play with this for a bit. Is that close? Maybe a little more red. Yeah, a little more red. Let's just stick with that for now. I'm not like fixed on it, but it's okay for this moment. Fix his eyes again too. Mess his eyes up. You know what? Let's just paint all. Go into Subtool Master and just do. Oh, I forgot I saved a shortcut for it. Just fill all. Yes. Okay, switch, fill. There we go. That's just going to fill everything. And then I can focus on the eyes real quick. Okay. Turn those off again. Bring that in a little bit. It's kind of hard where the eye folds in at, but something I've been trying to do a lot better was I tend to have the eyes bulge out or cave in too much, and I'm trying to find a happy medium with that. Without making him look mad. I think Megaran tends to be a much more optimistic and happy rapper, which is one of the reasons I really like his music. One of the reasons I really like his music is because he makes really good music. The contents of the songs, however, are also really, really good too, and tend to put me in a better mood when I listen to them. I could be like kind of in a down mood, and I'll listen to Megaran, and I'll get happier. I could be, in a motivated mood, and I'll listen to a Megaran song, and like I think he has a song called Super Move, and that's an awesome song that like it's pretty hype. Definitely gets me like ready to kick some ass for the day. So he's got his his music has a lot of replay value for me. Oops. I can listen to it in a bunch of different moods I'm in, and it works. Let's just remesh that. Polish, polish, polish. Polish. All right, I think I'm just going to do the beard again. But let me see here. I think I want to make the nose just a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. Move it down more. Maybe scrunch it up. Like that. Okay. Good. Turn them eyebrows back on. Fill that. Oops. Fill the eyebrows. I have the beard. I don't know if it's worth making it like, if I should just do it again. Let's see. I'm just being lazy. I don't want to be lazy, but at the same time, if I can make something work without having to put a lot of extra effort into it, like, that's called working smart. I heard it from other people who made more money than I did, so it's clearly sage advice. Move these ear back some. Okay. I guess I should also do his hair too. I've never done like the kind of, he's got I think a subtle fade in this picture. I think his hair looks more like this in the video. Man, I don't know. I guess it's a good question. He does wear his hair a bit different from photo to photo, so it'd be a bit of a open-ended question I have for myself right now. Like, okay, how should I do his hair? It looks so bad. It's like so bad looking right now. This will sharpen up. Let's get a 0.1 in here and see how that looks. Boom. That looks terrible. Okay, so that I need to move this hair up. Move that up. Move that up. Get back on the stream. Yeah, no frame drops so far, and much less slow frames. So I think I might have a new checklist item before I stream, which is restart my computer, or at least just try to dump all the memory. That way I'm starting with some fresh mem. That fresh meme. It's hard to see again when it's like so dark. Same issue I was having with Venom. Like when I had his symbiote suit, a much darker material color, it was harder to see the edges. And that's also like on me. Like my material settings are set up in a way that makes it look that way, so I can change that. I just didn't. I don't want to spend a lot of time on stream messing around with that and wasting the viewers' precious time. I sacrifice for your enjoyment. That's right. That's exactly what I'm saying. So this is clearly not the haircut he has. I'm just trying to get some volume in here so I can bring it back down again because the shape of it is more square. And if I just go ahead and do this, it's gonna, yep, there we go. Yeah, I need a lazy mouse. There we go. What the heck? What happened? There we go. Now I can bring that back down. Yeah. I mean, there's like stuff hard day to day, you know? Making sure you get your work done in time, you know, before you head home so that you're not, you know, putting yourself in a bad position with your team or giving yourself more to do tomorrow that you don't need to. So there's challenges. But I feel like the word hard for me means like something that I just have a hard time figuring out how to get through. There's no clear answer on how to make something easier for yourself or, you know. Yeah. Oops. Ah. Kind of looks like Walter Sobchak from Big Lebowski right now. So something ain't right. I am going to delete the beard because I think that's throwing me off a bit. Also, what the heck's going on with these ears? Like, they keep going up. I'm going to smooth this out. I want to make it a lot more simplistic. I think I made the ears too complicated. It's funny that I said the ears are usually like one of the easiest things to get done. And now here I am like, I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't think I did this one right. Just give him some more stylized ears. So a big struggle for me is I have a tendency to be very literal with my likeness in art. So if I'm making something just for myself, has no reference whatsoever, I can get very cartoony with it. But when it's a likeness study, um, my brain starts to grab very much from like the reality and skipping over what makes a good stylized piece versus realistic. So it's been a challenge. It's something that clearly I will continue to deal with and improve hopefully over time. But yeah, so it's like I can see myself doing it here now. Like, okay, just make the art ears like like plain. That's fine. I like that. It's a little too much. I gotta bring his. Get out of here. Yeah. Bring this back down a little bit. Too much. It's crazy how much some of the intensity sliders, like even at a very low setting, like this is at a 6. Like, what is this like if I turn it all the way up to 100? Whoa! Like, what the hell? But then, like other ones, like I'll be up here with a standard brush, and this is at 20 right now. It's it's a good setting. If I turn up to 100, it's pretty hard. If I turn it down to like a 2 or like a 5, you can barely see anything. Slash brush, or SK slash brush, I have that at a 5, and it's like feels a lot more like a medium setting. Let me just change his hair real quick. I should really be using the elastic brush for this. I just want to get a little more of a little bit of crown on the top. Not too much, just very subtle. Just so it's not a perfect like flat top type of thing. There we go. Let me give it a save. I don't know when the last time I saved was. You know what I want to check out is to see how the Venom render's been going, because the the Venom video render, to be precise. Oh, it's almost done too. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm watching. I'll put it up on the screen. Let me copy this video address, and I'll put it up on the screen here for a second. This is like really cool to see. Mega Ran does. I mean, he's getting there. I still have a lot of work to do. The eyes are going to be a huge. Once I get those right, I think that's going to inform the look of the character a lot more. Let me just get this little cheek. There we go. Let's save that again while I put this other thing up on screen. Check this out. This is cool. That. Okay. Actually, let me move it over to my main screen. It's hard to like when I have things on my. Okay. So this is. It's not done yet. It's almost done. Check it out. This is done in cycles, so it's taken a long time to render, and it's pretty low quality, but I use a render farm, so I don't actually have to use my computer while I render it. But that is the fully rendered Venom standard sculpt. It's not the variant with the Eddie Brock head. You can see all the work that you guys got to see me do on stream, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think I'd want to maybe define the back a little bit more. I'm not seeing that until I, until I got to here, but like really only seeing this character from the front, So, yeah. Thank you. It's cool to do like a proper rendered turntable, and like I've done it before with the characters, but it's always just been like static where it just turns, and I'm like, why don't I just play with it more? So I just did. This was a very quick little test where I have it zoomed in at first, give it like an interesting thumbnail, and then it zooms out, reveals the full scene, gives a little turn, and then what's going to happen is that when he turns back in, you can see it zooms back into the frame that is going to be the first frame there. So it'll basically be an infinite loop. And then, can use that. It's almost done. 91% done. It's like 200 and some frames, 165 frames, and it has 150 frames done. So 15 more frames, and then that baby's ready to post. I think I'm going to break it up in like 3 posts, like standard, variant, and then this one as like a like IGTV or something, because I read that it's good to post Instagram TV content. It helps your profile get some exposure since it's a feature they're pushing. Okay. Back to Mega Ran. Carhartt Gaming, are you playing Back 4 Blood yet? I forgot to buy it and download it onto my, I assume Xbox is where I'd get it. But I'm excited to hopefully play some of that. So I took off some time Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, since I didn't need to take off Friday. So I think we should be able to get some good time. And I didn't give the babysitter any time off, so we can hang out with Rosie, or we can just hang out. I assume we'll do a good amount of both. Bump this poly count up to a higher number here. I do think it is free with Game Pass. I'm not sure. That's kind of crazy if it is, though. It just came out. I didn't know Game Pass was like that. I keep hearing amazing things about it, and people's like, it's a game changer. Like, it's wild that Xbox is doing it. Like, Sony's like now went from underdog to top dog to back to maybe being an underdog again in the great console war. I love how like Nintendo just does their own thing. They're like, we have Mario and Zelda. We don't give a shit. Like we do what we want. Wow, that's awesome. How much is Game Pass? Like, is it a monthly fee? Is it just like Xbox Live, or is it something totally different? I don't have an Xbox Series. What the hell are the new ones called? I don't even know. I know the PlayStation 5, easy to remember. Xbox, I have no freaking clue what they're called now. It's just called Xbox, isn't it? Okay, Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. Wasn't there a series something on the last generation with the Xbox Ones? I wish I had like chat app on this screen. I need to get like a chat app because actually let me see if I can just do that. No, it won't let me do it. I am so curious now if there is one. I'm just gonna look it up because I know who's on here. So Twitch chat app for OS X. Xbox One X. And I feel like there was like a Xbox One X Series. Wait, yeah, I feel like there was like another one too. Not great naming, but not surprised. It's a Microsoft product, so. Is there a way just to do Twitch app for Twitch just chat app? I guess I could do it like on my phone, but my phone is the camera, so. Interesting. All right, I'll get that figured out because I would really like to have chat up on my main screen so I don't have to keep going like this. Like, oh, what's over here? What's over here? Good. Oh. Put some white dots on his eyes real quick. Xbox One S, okay, and Xbox One X. S came out in 2016, and X came out. So now they have the Xbox Series S. Why would they do that? What? That's so confusing. Oh, snap. I'm like messing with chat accidentally. My bad. That's so confusing, man. Like, did they not do any like market research on that? Like, yeah, name it pretty much the same freaking thing. This won't get confusing at all. We've been in the product market forever. We know what we're doing. Trying to get the nose right. Ah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy to read that. It's just like, wow, okay. They really did it. So wait, you have the Xbox Series S, which is the one that doesn't have the hard drive in it, right? It's just, what is it? Like, I don't even know the difference between the two. It's all digital. No, it doesn't have a drive, right? Like a CD drive. It just has a digital drive. I don't even know why I would want the one with the digital drive. I haven't bought like games with a CD since like, I think the last game I bought on disc was maybe like Metal Gear Solid 5. Um, and I just felt like it was a stupid move because every game after that I just downloaded digitally, and it was so much easier just to play. I don't have to like get up and go put the new CD in, and like I got Breath of the Wild digitally, or through the cart, and it's the only game I really play that much on the Switch. Um, but even then, like I almost feel like I don't want to play other games that I have like received or like bought with the carts, because it means I have to take Breath of the Wild out, and I don't feel like putting it back in because I'm so lazy when it comes to like switching that stuff now, as opposed to just having the game digitally downloaded on my device where I can just like, yeah, play that one. I don't have to worry about switching carts. Like the convenience of it for me now is so much bigger, so much more beneficial. Yeah, I gotta move the mouth back again. That's one thing I also have a lot of issues with. Like the mouth always keeps moving. What the heck? I had to get the glasses in here because that's throwing me off too. Glasses are hard. Like, just to make them, it's a bunch of, for me, pain in the ass box clipping and modeling, and yeah, and I feel like the future is going to be digital for game downloading. Um, I think those companies prefer us to download digitally because, like, first off, like they spend less money, right? Like, okay, great. Um, we spend less money hoarding it after, it's what the hell? What the hell happened there? Yeah, we spend less money keeping, it around. Like I have all these games I don't want to get rid of. Like, just showing you on the last stream, I have like all these old games, and like that's great. But like, if you were to tell me right now that I could just have them digitally on my like PlayStation 4 and have it like booted up, I would much rather have that than like a bunch of random boxes of like games that I feel just like I have this attachment to, so I'm too scared to throw it away for the fear of not being able to like play it again. But even though I probably won't. Um, yeah, I don't know. I lost my train of thought, to be honest, but I just like I just feel like digital is the way to go. Might as well. And I know some people like will argue like, well, when you go digital, you lose your right to the media because they can take it away. And those people are absolutely right. It has happened. It's happened to me. Um, I have a lot of movies through iTunes, and I got pretty freaked out because I saw that, not for me, but in another country, like Apple was like removing movies from people's accounts because like some kind of licensing deal had fallen through. So like, but it's like, no, dude, like they bought those are their movies. They should have those movies through iTunes for life. And Apple had taken it away, and I was like, that was a huge like, okay, like it. We always knew it could happen, but it did happen. So now there's like legit, data there to make an informed purchase decision on. So I stopped buying Apple movies as much. I used to buy them like every week because there would always be sales on them and stuff. And like I just had disposable income, and I love movies. So I really wanted to, keep up a collection of them. And Now it's like, since then, since I've stopped buying them, streaming platforms have just gone off. It's just like every media company now has a streaming service. 5 years ago, it didn't feel that way. So now it feels like I really don't need to. There's always DC movies coming out, and I haven't bought like a DC or Marvel movie on iTunes like I used to, like religiously. Like I would know when they're coming out on Blu-ray because I would even if I was at work and it came out, I would like just go onto my iTunes account work and buy it to make sure I had it like the day of. I probably wasn't even gonna watch it that day. I was a collector. I really liked having a full, the most up to date collection of like movies. So for the ones that I liked, I mean, um, yeah. But now it's like, oh, HBO has all of the DC movies, and if I'm gonna watch it, it's probably gonna be on one of those services because they're easier to access than my iTunes. You know, we have a Vizio TV downstairs, and it does have, I think, iTunes like movie player in it, but it's still not as easy to use as like going into HBO like Max or something and just playing it from there. So, um, yeah, I am starting to see myself having like really just you know watching movies on streaming services from now on because it's just makes more sense. It's just easier. And I will say probably getting married, settling down, having a kid. Shifted my priorities a little bit. Financially, I spent a lot more time like buying food for us, myself. Um, having nice meals than spending my money on movies and stuff. It's like harder to go off and spend like $100 on like digital movie sales than you know saying like, oh, maybe I should like treat our family out to a nice dinner tonight. Gladly we'll switch that. Easy easy transition to go from a bachelor buying a bunch of movies and spending his money on media. Then I still buy a bunch of stuff for myself, like you know toys. Oh, I didn't see your comment there. Let's scroll this up a bit. We're doing it live. It's actually supposed to be down lower. I don't know how it got so high. Okay. Said Adichiva. I used to warn parents that they disputed Steam of charge. They'd be careful because one, I would lose power to buy any more games on that Steam account. Oh my god. Risk a ban from Steam is losing a lot of games. Wow. Interesting. What do you mean? Like Steam would ding your account if you um like disputed a charge or something? Or like what would happen? Like they would just be quick to shut it down? Isn't that why they came up with like a new like 30-day like return policy or something for their games? So you can like play them, but then like digitally return them and take them out of your library and get a refund or something. Please tell me they have a restocking fee. Oh, there's a restocking fee. It's like nothing feels more like a ripoff than someone telling you there's a restocking fee. It's like, yeah, of course there is. Of course there would be on the one thing that I don't want anymore. Okay, so it's up a little bit more. Switch that. Turn this mesh up. What? And he is on yours. Wow. What? Well, how can they like what? That just sounds absurd. Like they're just like laughing. Like yeah, we're just gonna ban your account for 90 years. Why? Like what? What? Why such an absurdly long number? Like at that point, just do an infinite ban. It just feels almost like more like a slap in the face for it not to be an infinite ban. To be like, yeah, you can play his games 90 years from now, sucker. And it's like, all right, well, have fun hoarding my games in my account. It's so stupid. Like just hearing that makes me mad and like not want to buy things from Steam. Like, okay, like what if there was like a legit? Was it because he was a kid and they found that part out that they're like, oh, okay, well, we're just gonna stop this kid from buying games now. Get out of here, Dynamic Solo. Never use that feature. Wish there was a way to turn off like UI features in ZBrush. It's been a full stream so far, and I haven't come down hard on ZBrush yet. So, um, you know, what the hell? That seems so messed up. Okay, so like you could go to, so he can still play his games. He can still play his games, but he can't buy anymore. That makes it like a little bit better if that's true, because I mean I would be pretty pissed off if I couldn't even play the games that I did buy on my account. Okay, so you can play them, you just can't buy. Yeah. I mean, I imagine if that was the case, there'd be like lawsuits against Steam and stuff. Like, for it's like the punishment for what's happening with their account seems incredibly unreasonable, especially considering that if it's true fraud, that they really didn't have any part in it other than like maybe not keeping their account, you know, as secure, which is like that's partially as that's just as much on Steam as it is the user. I think for not forcing them to have authenticated accounts, and I don't know, just like yeah, like it's a breach of your system as much as it is my account. Actually, let me go ahead and just delete this because I feel like this is in a good spot. Let me duplicate that head out. Did I save it? I don't even remember. Let's save. Did you ever play PT, by the way? That's like the one game I can think of as of recent that like you can't. It was a free game, So technically, it, it operates in that gray space of being not necessarily something the players owned. I mean, the deal is like when you buy something digitally, you are supposed to own that and have access to it on the platform you bought it. But PT is if you delete it from your PlayStation 4, you can't re-download it. And so I have a PlayStation 4 with PT on it, and yeah, that was it was Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro. That's like a little joint venture they did. It was like the Silent Hills remake they were going to be working on, and then Konami flipped shit, and I don't know. I think they would try to go like all gambling for a minute. They're like, you know what? We make a lot more money in the gambling scene. These freaking AAA game developers cost us too much money. Take too long to make anything. Like, we can make more gambling machines or something. I don't know. That was from an article I read a long time ago. Who knows how well researched it was? So please don't take my uneducated recount of that article, to heart or to fact. Oh, you've never played it? I am going to make you play it because it is my favorite game to make people play. I mean, it won like best game of the year award on was it Polygon or something? Like one of those more reputable game blogs actually, I think rewarded like one of their game of the years. I think it was one of the sites that does like multiple game of the year awards. But it was pretty impressive. Like, yeah, it's a demo, but it's also an experience unlike anything, that we've really seen to date. And it needs to be talked about. Such a good game. Such a shame that it never became anything more, but I don't know. Maybe that's as good as it would have gotten. Maybe they would have made a whole game and it wouldn't have compared to that demo. I doubt it. Hideo Kojima doesn't really make bad games. Group from Masked. Okay. Just take that guy out a little bit more. Lips are hard. Yeah, I know. I never finished it, to be honest. That's such a weird thing for me to say. But I feel like I got to the point in the game where the game started feeling like it was cobbled together. Like I got to the point near the end of the game where it started making me redo missions I had already done for the story of the game. And that really got to me. I felt like it was wasting my time, and I knew that what laid ahead was really something unfinished and slapped together. And I knew I could watch the cutscenes on YouTube, so I wound up just going on YouTube watching the cutscenes, and like I was just playing old missions at that point. I know there was probably more missions ahead of me that were newer and not just repetitive, but it just really got to me. So I never beat it. I just wound up going on YouTube watching the ending, and then watching like the true ending. I guess there's like a version that is out there that I guess modders or whatever found in the source code. It's like unpolished. It's like watching an unfinished like CG film. But yeah, it's like it's out there, and you can check it out, and it's interesting. It's got like I think it's got Liquid Snake, like jacking the Metal Gear of the game, Salanthropus or something like that. I don't know what the hell they're called. I wonder how many people didn't play it like after that point. I imagine it was a lot. I mean, like for me to say that, it's a little bit of a disbelief because I mean, I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. I love look, I got Solid Snake right here. It's my dude. I've made a little chibi Solid Snake 3D character. Like I love the series. Metal Gear Solid 1 is the best video games ever made. All the games following up to that also for me like some of the best games ever made. Um, and I'm just an invested fan. Which, by the way, I heard that they're making that Konami is now, I guess, looking at their old game IPs and looking to get back into the AAA game development with Metal Gear Solid, which is just like, dude, ask the fans if they have any interest in playing a game, Metal Gear Solid game that isn't by Hideo Kojima, and you will get a swift, no, like nope, we're good. I don't think the fans even want to play a game by Konami after they apparently, I guess, hijacked and really sabotaged Metal Gear Solid 5. It's like that's the true last Metal Gear Solid, for fans, and it's an incomplete experience. Like that's sucks, dude. That really sucks. It sucks that's what we got. Luckily, it was fun as hell to play outside of the unfortunate, history and ending of that game. Like that's still a replayable game to me. Like I have a save where I can just go in and jump in the desert and go skiing around on the little was it D-Walker? I think its name is. So much fun. I don't think they will. I think he's done with it. He got to do Death Stranding, and I think he got a taste of freedom outside of Metal Gear. So if I was him, I would. If I was him, I wouldn't go back. That dude is a storyteller, and he's made other games outside of Metal Gear. But like once Metal Gear 1 came out, it's like I don't know. He couldn't stop making it. He would give the responsibility to other people to make the game, and then I guess they would try to, and he was like too much like I don't know if it was a control freak vibe or something, but like they weren't making, in I guess his view, a proper sequel. So I think he doesn't want that kind of responsibility anymore. They're just like, dude, can you just can we just ship this game? We need money. All right, let's try the beard on him again. Just to see how it goes. Obviously a lot better now that there's a higher mesh quality. Whoa. That's not what I meant to do. I just want to lighten this up so I can see it. Did you play Death Stranding, by the way? I have started that game 3 times and not played it beyond maybe the second mission. That's not an indictment on the game in any way. I just have not had the time, and I was really wanting to play it. So when I say I don't have the time, by the way, it means like it's not that I literally have no time at all in my life. It's just I haven't found time for that because I'm doing stuff like this and trying to get better at this. Well, if you get a PlayStation 5, I think the director's cut just came out, and I heard that's add a lot more features and fun to it. So part of me feels like now I'm like, well, do I even want to play it now, or do I want to wait to get like a PlayStation 5? If I ever get a PlayStation 5, I don't know. One day, once our kids are grown up and we're back to having a lot more free time to ourselves, we're like, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I used to play video games. I should do that again. All right, let's see. Extract this beard. Boom. I made it like really thick. That's because it is thick in some areas. I want to experiment if keeping that thickness in some areas is helpful. I'm gonna Z-remesh it first too, though. Are you gonna get a PlayStation 5? Carhartt Gaming? I don't think you have one. I don't think you told me you had one. A part of me wants to play Metal Gear Survive just to see it, you know? Like, what is this bastard of a, Metal Gear game? Like, the audacity. But I guess they just, they had the Fox engine that Kojima made for Metal Gear Solid 5, and I'm sure they invested a lot of money on it, so I can't fault them per se for wanting to, get squeeze a little more money out of a game engine they helped fund, because it's a freaking game engine. Like, it's supposed to be used for more than just one game. But they messed around and found out. Lost their most profitable creator, I think, in the AAA game space, that is. Okay. Well, I mean, they did so they could sell, more units of it. But again, I think that's super, like, it just shows to me how, like, tone deaf they were about the whole thing, Like, people were pissed. And it wasn't hard to see, all the blogs or the game blogs were talking about it. It was everywhere. It was a hot scandal for a minute, Like, they really embarrassed themselves. I remember at the Game Awards when Jeff Keighley was like made the announcement that Hideo Kojima couldn't be at the awards because like freaking Konami or whoever like forbid him from accepting an award for the game. Like, maybe it was good they took a break from making games for a while, Need to let that heat cool off. But yeah, they probably should have named it that. It's also just like stupid. Like, this game has nothing to do with Metal Gear. Like, so crowbarred in there. Like, I know technically it does. I know that the story of the game does like somehow revolve around like a soldier from Metal Gear Solid 5, some random guy that I guess you created an avatar for. Was he sucked into like another dimension or something? So it's basically a prequel to Spider-Man No Way Home, or Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It's the Metal Gear verse. Okay, let me turn the coloring back on for this guy. Do that, and do that. Now we have ourselves a little bit of a Mega Ran. Just save that. I actually have to hop off here soon. We're hitting 11 o'clock, getting towards my bedtime. We just play with this a little bit more. because I feel like I finally got to a little bit of a recognition. You know, I feel like I finally see it looking a little bit like him for the first time in the stream. Bring that face in more. It's like too far out still. That too. Yeah, there's like zombies in it. Yeah. I saw the video game donkey video on it, which was amazing. If you haven't seen it, please stop and watch that video. Like, please, like, just go watch that video right now because it's awesome. I love video game donkey. Yeah, he did a video on it, and that was also enough for me to watch it and be like, yeah, I don't need to ever see that again or even come close to playing it or even watch anyone play it. It's like they're like zombies in the game, but they have like crystals instead of like having heads. It's like a crystal gem in their head or something. I don't know. That's what I remember. It's funny. It's like such a weird. Like they just like, yeah, just make it zombies. Zombies are people like zombies, right? There were zombies in the last game. We don't remember people specifically calling out that they didn't like the zombies in the last game. So let's go with zombies. He is so funny. I wish I could tell like more people about video game donkey and like have them like know that they're gonna go watch his videos and come back to me the next day and like we could like just talk about them. Like, oh my god, did you watch this one? The only thing that sucks is that like he's an example of like how the YouTube platform is kind of broken because I am a subscriber to his. I smash the bell, as they say, you know, on his profile so that I get, you know, like actual like alerts for him. And I still don't see his videos like come across my feed half the time. Like I go to my subscriptions, I look for stuff, and then what happens is I see like a video game donkey video out in the wild that I haven't seen yet. I'm like, what the hell? How did I miss that one? And then I go to his profile and he's uploaded like 3 videos I haven't seen. I'm like, great. Thanks, YouTube. His eyes are a little fix here. I have to fuse these nostrils into the nose soon because it's starting to get harder to keep it consistent. All right, so I think this might be a good place to call it a stream. God dang it. Because it's 11 o'clock now. I'm going to get some sleep. And yeah, so I will be you probably weren't here when I said it, Carhartt Gaming, but I'm going to be switching the stream time from 7:30 to 8:30. Sorry, it was 7:30 p.m. Now the streams are going to start at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it'll go on. So right now I'm usually ending around 11, so probably then go on to 12. Just a little more time for me to be able to spend with the fam before we put my baby girl to bed for the night and give her a shower and all that stuff. So yeah, and it'll still be we're thinking about maybe changing the third day. Right now it's Tuesday and Thursday are going to stay, but we did Sunday and that was a little hard. So we might be doing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. We might be doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm not sure. I'll certainly keep the stream updated. I'll probably figure it out by Thursday and then talk about it then. So, yeah, that's a good stopping point. We got a little bit of a Mega Ran in there. I can see a little bit of likeness. The eyes really need a lot more work, but the shape face is kind of there. I'll merge it, play with the shapes a little bit more. He's got just great like rounded features. Very cool to make into a stylized character. And there's just a lot more to do with this character. So I'm saving it there, jumping out the chat. Yeah, I will see you in 2 days. Thank you. I think he's going to look a lot better. Thank you for staying, on and supporting the stream and helping me get through the whole Venom one. I can't wait to post more of that and see the whole 360 video I showed earlier. I'm really hyped for that video to get done. Maybe it's done now. Maybe we should end the stream seeing if the video is done yet. Let me see here. Oh, it's 97.9% done. Let's just check it out. Switch it over to Chrome. Oops, I can't do full size frames in Chrome. Okay, oops. Oh, where the heck? My Chrome disappeared. There we go. All right, let me copy this guy out. There we go. Make that a little bigger. So almost. Well, it actually is pretty much done. It's missing a few frames, but so I'll put that on Instagram. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe the next day. Maybe we'll see. It should be up soon. So yeah, there it is. Venom. I always have that Eminem song in my head when I think of the character's name. All right, that is it, folks. Taking the yellow glasses off. I can see blues again. Thank you for tuning in if you tuned in. It's awesome to finish a project and start a new one. I'm hyped to keep this stream going and see what projects I get to work on next. I don't have my wallet here again. Oh wait, no, I do. So I just want to say we have some merch that we're working on. Not to be a typical streamer YouTuber. It's just actually some stuff for me and our friends and family. I'll show it to you soon. But yeah, if you want, I will send you 3 stickers if you email me at hello@notrealtoys.com with your name and your address and your follower name on Twitch. That's all I ask for. Just give me a follow. I'll send you free stickers. No strings attached. Just want to send some stickers to some supporters. So please do if you follow. All right. That is it. Have a good night.